Hello friends! I am very glad that you came to our channel. Now I will tell a fairy tale about a little girl, Annie, and a magic bird who taught Annie how to become a sorceress.
A fairy tale about a girl and a bird who became a sorceress. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a girl named Annie. She was very kind and observant. Annie loved to walk in the spring garden, where bright flowers bloomed and birds sang. Every day after school, she ran into the garden to listen to the birds singing and watch nature. One day, when the sun was just beginning to warm the earth, Annie heard a quiet squeak. She stopped and looked closely. Under a bush lay a small bird, very tiny, with wet feathers and big frightened eyes. The bird fell out of the nest and could not return back. Annie carefully took the bird in her palm and whispered, "Don't be afraid, I will help you." The bird trusted the girl and quietly chirped, as if thanking her for saving her. Annie brought the bird home and made her a cozy nest out of soft fabric and twigs. Every day she fed the bird crumbs of bread and drops of water, told her stories, and sang songs. The bird grew quickly and became stronger. The girl named her Swallow because the bird was fast and light, like a spring breeze. Annie and Swallow became friends. They understood each other without words. One evening, when Annie was already getting ready to go to bed, the swallow suddenly spoke in a human voice. "Thank you, Annie, for your kindness and care. You saved me, and now I want to thank you." The girl was surprised, but smiled. "Are you a magic bird?" "Yes," answered the swallow. "I am not an ordinary bird, but a sorceress, and I lost my powers when I fell out of the nest. Thanks to your love and friendship, I have regained them." The swallow told Annie that in her world there are many magical creatures that live in harmony with nature, but sometimes they need people's help to preserve goodness and light. "You are a special girl, Annie," said the swallow. "Your kindness and love make this world a better place. I want to give you a piece of my magic." The bird flapped its wings, and soft light poured out of its feathers. It enveloped Annie, and the girl felt warmth and joy shine in her heart. "Now you can hear the language of birds and understand nature," explained the swallow. "But remember, the most important thing is to help and love." Several days passed. The swallow became stronger and stronger, and Annie became happier. One morning, when the sun rose high, the swallow soared into the sky and began to dance. Suddenly, she began to change her appearance. Her feathers turned into a light dress of light, her wings into transparent hands, and instead of a beak, a smile appeared. A beautiful girl, a sorceress, stood in front of Annie. "Thank you, Annie," she said. "Thanks to your friendship and love, I was able to return to my true appearance. Now I can protect this world and help others." Since then, they became inseparable friends. Together, they helped animals and plants. One day in the forest, Annie and Swallow heard a cry. It was a little bird that suddenly lost its voice. Without a song, she was very sad, and she was afraid that she would never be able to please the forest with her singing again. The girls decided to save her. They walked around the entire forest, collecting magic herbs and dewdrops from the petals of rare flowers. Swallow used her knowledge to prepare a magic potion. The bird drank the medicine, and her voice returned. She sang even more beautifully than before. Annie realized that sometimes friendship is not only joy, but also support in difficult times. By helping others, we make the world a brighter place. Another time, while walking through the forest, Annie and Swallow met a little hare who was lost and could not find his way home. He was scared and alone. The girl took the hare in her arms, and Swallow rose into the sky to look around. With the help of the sorceress, they found a path leading to the hare's hole. The path was not easy. They had to cross a turbulent stream and go around dense thickets, but the girls managed. This story taught Annie that together you can overcome any difficulties, and true friendship is, if someone is in trouble, a friend will always help and stay close. One day, Annie really wanted to learn to fly like Swallow. The sorceress replied that flying was not just a skill, but a state of mind that only came with patience and diligence. Every day, Annie trained. She learned to listen to the wind, feel the space, and trust herself. Sometimes it seemed to her that nothing was working out, and she wanted to give up. But the swallow supported her, reminding her that the most valuable things are not achieved immediately, but through work and faith in yourself. One sunny day, they were sitting by the stream, and suddenly she felt that very flight, and she managed to rise above the ground, albeit for a few minutes, but she felt real freedom. It was her small victory. So Annie understood that patience and persistence are the key to fulfilling a dream. Autumn came, and the forest began to prepare for winter. Ani and Swallow noticed that many animals had not had time to gather supplies and could freeze. The girls suggested organizing a holiday of help. The inhabitants of the forest came, and the villagers gathered together to share food and warmth. Swallow used her magic to create glowing lanterns that warmed and illuminated the forest paths and put up small houses for the little friends. Everyone was happy, treated themselves to all sorts of delicious food, and danced to music. This holiday became a symbol of unity and mutual assistance. Annie realized that love is shown not only in words, but also in deeds that make life better for everyone. Farewell and a new beginning. Time passed, and Swallow felt that she should go help other worlds. As she said goodbye, she gave Annie a small feather that would always remind her of friendship and love in the world. Remember, she said, this feather is a reminder that magic lives in every heart. Help, love, and believe in miracles. Anya took the gift with a smile and promised to keep love and friendship in her heart forever.